So I'm all alone. A little bit sexual, that statement, isn't it? Well, it depends on your predisposition, I guess. Like, if your mind goes there, then it is. If your mind doesn't, but anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I'm actually finally on the desk. But actually, the real key of why we're here is Warhammer, a brand new box, Boarding Patrol with new Elder. Now, if you've ever seen me talk before, you will think, what's going on? How is he able to like new Warhammer? It's a great question. Looked at the wrong thing there. It is a great question. Something has flipped. Something cataclysmically, in a good way, actually. But it has completely changed. And, well, obviously this was what I'm working on before, right? The Avatar. Taken from, of course, I was going to call it Mike McVeigh's edition. And I have to say, like, I do find looking at this, when I look down at my desk, I'm like, that's nice. That is nice. Like, inspiring, as it were. But then, since I've started playing with Mr. R now, and when I say playing, I mean playing with, like, really fully playing, if you take my meaning. Like, we're there once a week, only for 3 weeks. I think we've played 4 games now, but I'm completely consumed in it. And I've realised actually that these models, this concept, right, of the old stuff, which, don't get me wrong, I'm fully in love with, and I am. So actually, I can fully explain it. But what it is we played. So here's the models I painted 2016. Probably can't see very well, but okay. I was playing with these, right? So this stuff. So painted when I was 13. Like all of this painted when I was 13, and something was missing. Yeah, something was a little off. I think for it, I don't think you do know, because I'm trying to explain it here, right? But like something. I think what it was playing with the new scenery, and then having the old models. It just didn't feel right. And then also playing on now with his giant fucking machines and like the incredibly large, basically just the modern scale is probably a better way of saying it, right? So playing with the modern scale stuff and with my old stuff, like the Avatar coming in as a huge beast, which he is in 9th edition. It just didn't fill me with joy. So quite quickly, it switched a little bit. Within 3 games, I think I was like, and now I have to say, I'm not embarrassed to say, I'm in love with it. The new stuff, I'm like desperate to get this open. There are things I'd change on it, don't get me wrong, like some small things, but on the whole, I'm fully on board with this Elder, and I'm not embarrassed to say, and it's not that I was wrong, because it's different. Now I realise there are 2 differences. The first is, well, there are 2 different games, not differences. The first is my Elder project. That's still there, very much indeed. But I don't want to play with that in the new edition, with the new rules, on modern thing. I want to play with the old stuff on old scenery. And then the new stuff, I want to play with the new models on the new scenery. That's really what I want to do. And I want the new bases. I'm slightly ashamed. I'm not happy, but I'm really happy that I'm able to do it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not happy, but I am happy. I'm happy that 4 minutes to say the same thing. I'm excited. That's a better way. Like now, I haven't felt like this about a game since I was 14. And that's down to now, of course, saying I like the game. And I go, oh, I like the game, but I have no idea if I do because I've not played since 3rd edition. So like 1999, effectively, or 2000 actually, probably when the Craft Worlds Codex came out. But I didn't get to play that much. That was like nearing the end of the joy because Black Guardians came out and I could not believe it. Like the concept that my Guardians could actually hit on 3s. Just changed everything. But yeah, so now I am fully committed to giving Games Workshop as much money as possible. However, you saw what I'm painting, right? So, or at least where I'm at. So I've had this, right, well, let's get it all up then. So I've opened this box of Wraithguard. So that's the old box. And the issue now is I've got this box, but I've also got these. So I bought this, start collecting Craft Worlds, when it came out, what year was that? Okay. 2017, bloody hell. 6 years ago. That's mental. So I bought this 6 years ago, and well, I just bought it to buy it. You know, that was actually probably the that was in the peak of the addiction of buying. I hope I don't fall down that hole again, but it's cheaper than the other stuff that I got addicted to. So now I've bought this, and you know, I hated these models. Some of them I do still like. I think I'm going to convert that head. It's just still the proportions aren't, you know, how just how the Overseers are. But this whole combination of Dark Elder with Elder is quite cool, and obviously Janezar will go wherever the I guess like the Lords of Phoenix tell them where to go. I forget the name. And this is just an old thing that I just apparently have. But yeah, and then obviously Arnau's given me this with the Harlequins and Eldrad. I'm quite excited to paint Eldrad, which is insane. Fully excited by this, not annoyed. And I won an old auction lot, like with, you can't see them, but there's 3 Wave Serpents, 4 Vipers. There's just a lot to. So now I've got this distinction of the two. I no longer hate Games Workshop's new stuff. I actually quite like it, but I can actually separate the two. So it's a bit like the Lord of the Rings films. I hate them, and that's because I can't separate them from the books. So maybe one day I'll come around and really like them, but right now I'm itching to paint all this stuff. I'm caught actually in between tabletop and just wanting to do the best I possibly can on them, and I don't think that's probably the right choice. I think I need to chill out and do tabletop, learn how to use contrast paints, learn how to use washes, just to get the result I want. Because when it's on the battlefield and I've got just undercoated stuff, it does feel cheeky or like wasteful. Like I took the 3 Beltan that I entered to Golden Demon to the game, and it's cool, as in having well-painted models is cool. And I only spent a day on that Warlock, so if I just paint a higher speed, yeah, because that's easy. But if I just paint a higher speed, job's done, right? Also, I've got to think up colour schemes for these Corsairs. The Howling Banshees are obviously Howling Banshees. I'm just excited, I guess, and the fact that like I can look at this table now and be like, I've got some pretty cool stuff to go through, you know. That's basically the gist of it. So I like Elder again, new Elder, not old Elder, and I love the game. I can't express how much I like the game. I really like the game at the moment. Obviously 10th's coming out, but it's not out yet, so we don't have the codexes for the new guys. I'm really excited to see them. Very excited, especially with the new like devastating wounds and the pinning, and It's going to be interesting. I'm worried. Well, Arnal's already, we've spoke about it. He's going to get a Land Raider. I was reading the rules, toughness 12, like infinite wounds, basically. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff flying around, and I really want to see how the Avatar is. And obviously, I've had I don't like the Avatar, even though I like the new stuff now. I don't like the new one. But I've had my own version sculpted, which is a bit more based on that one, right? But still big. So yeah, that's it. That's the gist. The gist of it. It's exciting. It is. It's finally given me like a real purpose with Warhammer, instead of just wishy-washy. Sell the whole collection I've got, all the sealed stuff. Keep a few bits and bobs that I really, really love, but generally sell like all 1 ton of it, more or less, and just buy the stuff I need. I think that's what I would do. Paint, play, have fun. Good night. If you're watching this at night time.